Yo, what's up guys, Neon Blitz here, back with another Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra video. Today we are going to be live reacting to the Super Saiyan Bardock character spotlight, which should give us his actual character trailer, as well as his full kit and breakdown. I know this info has been out there for a couple of days now, thanks to creators in the Squadra content creator program, but I'm not in the program, and I have not been given explicit permission to essentially react to a creator's video covering the breakdown. If any of them are even watching this video, which I doubt they are, if you could just write down in the comments, yeah, I have permission. Go ahead, right ahead. If not, I'm just going to keep waiting till they officially put out the character spotlight themselves. So, that being said, let's react to Bardock's character spotlight and see what exactly he can do. You know, I'm going to be live reacting to this. So if I talk over it, I'm sorry. But I have not seen this yet. So, this is my first time seeing what Bardock can actually do. It is still cool that he is Super Saiyan Bardock. You know, I'm so used to just base Bardock and then like his ultimate from fighters would be going Super Saiyan. So, that's cool. Oh, that's a cool shot. Oh, you can like bounce between targets. That's cool. Oh, he's like charging in. What the hell? Oh, his transformation. Nice. Okay. Oh, that's his. Oh, okay.
Don't you dare underestimate.
Oh, that's a cool shot. All right. Cool trailer. Super Saiyan Bardock tank. Concept: a hero who will quickly dash in to save comrades at a pinch. Protect allies by drawing in attacks and launching an explosive counterattack with your amassed power. Okay, sounds interesting. Passive: Rebel Warrior, an ability that changes itself based on attacks received. The revenge gauge fills up each time damage is taken, and damage taken will be reduced based on gauge level. The gauge automatically depletes if no damage is taken for a set period. Okay. Oh, you're taking a lot less damage now. Okay, so you're going to be taking a bunch of damage. Fill up that gauge. Once that gauge is filled up or more filled, you take less damage, and you get strengthened. From what it sounds like. Okay. Rush attack. A physical attack. Rush attack movement speed increases based on revenge gauge level. Alright, so the more revenge gauge is built up, the more movement speed we have. When the gauge is maxed out, the number of attacks will decrease, but they will become AoE attacks with increased damage until the gauge reaches 0. Interesting that Bardock also has AoE attacks, because, you know, Super Vegeta also had AoE attacks. I wonder if that's kind of the theme of this season. You know, we kind of saw with Season 2 that a lot of the characters' skill 2s were the strongest thing to go aside with the Divine Draw, that you can have skill 2 to do increased damage, and then both Gohan and Broly had abilities, skill 3 abilities that lets them reset their cooldown for that ability. So I just find it interesting that Super Vegeta and Bardock having AoE rush attacks. So let's see how this works. Okay, so these regular rush attacks. That's the deplete gauge. Oh, that's still pretty fast, though. That's still pretty fast. You know, because that's the regular speed and this is AoE. Yeah, it's noticeably slower, but that's still pretty fast. Alright. Transformation Super Saiyan. Can transform at level 7, of course. Base HP, armor, all attack up. Alright. The revenge gauge amount gained from Rebel Warrior will increase, and gauge power-up effect time will be extended. Now, Rebel Warrior is passive, so it looks like the revenge gauge can fill up more. So it looks like you're going to want to transform early. I mean, obviously you want to transform as soon as possible and you get the invincibility, but it might be even better just to transform right away. Interesting. Skill 1, Rebellion Smash. Alright, that looks cool. A guaranteed attack that sends targeted enemy and sends them flying. If the enemy hits a wall or another foe, they will both receive extra damage with have movement speed down applied. Alright, so it's kind of like a reverse Gohan, where instead of you bringing the enemy towards you, you go towards the enemy and knock them away. Interesting, alright. And then again, it has the same kind of ultimate Gohan thing where if they hit into a wall or bump into each other, they get stunned. But here they just lose movement speed, they don't get stunned, but they both take damage. And I guess you could say the same thing Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Wild Roar. Invite enemy aggression while guarding and unleash counterattacks. Generates a surrounding shock drive that applies wrath to enemies it hits? Wrath? Like Rildo. What? This is the first character that can actually apply wrath on themselves. And they nerfed Rildo this season. Or not even this season, like a couple patches ago. So, wow, okay. The more enemy heroes with wrath applied to them, the more extra HP gained. You gain extra HP, okay. Further surrounding shockwaves will be generated each time damage is taken while guarding. Okay, so every time they rush attack you, you're dealing more damage to the shockwaves. You're going to be filling up your revenge gauge. You know, going to be able to hopefully get it charged up soon enough so you can get your AoE auto attacks or your AoE rush attacks and take less damage. Can move while guarding. Re-enter the same command, activate a different skill, or perform a vanishing step to stop guarding. Interesting. So this is pretty much, for any of my League of Legends players, this is pretty much just Galio W. Let's see how the ability actually moves, because I'm imagining the same thing. Yeah, it really is just the same thing. Okay. I mean, how long did that last? So it activates here. 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame, 4 frame, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. So it looks like it lasts a full second because 60 frames is 1 second. So you get you RAF potentially the whole team for a second. And this is, I mean, I know this is max super rank, but this looks pretty big. Like, that's pretty big. And for a second. And, you know, you get the whole team in this. You're going to be rush attack. They're all going to be rush attacking you. You're going to fill up your revenge gauge. Once that's filled up, you're going to be taking less damage. You're already getting extra health from wrapping the whole team. And, you know, if the revenge gauge does get built up, you then get AoE auto attacks, rush attacks, okay? And you can move too. Like after you input it. And then if you want to stop it, you got to just enter the same command to cancel it. Or I think it's just interesting. They could just activate a different skill or vanishing stuff. That's really interesting. Because I think Galio W, you can like vanish it when you're like in the middle of it. Like it's like as soon as you flash, it cancels. So I think that's very interesting. But wow, I mean, how do you secure bosses with this? Because imagine you're Piccolo, you're charging a special beam cannon. Bardock, you know, Rebellion smashes to you, knocks you away, isolates you, so you're already in a bad position, and then he rafts you, and now you just lost all that charge. But if you're a Goku that's getting ready to Dragon Fist or Spirit Bomb, Bardock rafts you, and now you suddenly lose your best opportunity to Spirit Bomb or Dragon Fist, and now it's a much harder time to secure it. And you're, you know, obviously Bardock's gonna fill up his revenge gauge. Like, he's at half here. By the time, or he's at empty gauge. By the time the RAF has emptied and the RAF effect is gone, Bardock's half gauged. So if you get like 2 or 3 people in this, you're gonna have your full revenge gauge active. This is a very powerful ability. I don't know if you max this first, just because it doesn't do any inherent damage. Actually, no, it does. I'm stupid, because the more attacks you take, the more shockwaves get unleashed. And obviously, it's a team protecting ability, so I don't know if you max this first or not, but I still have to see like the actual numbers in game. But you definitely max this at least second minimum. You could max this first, but obviously, I don't know the cooldown, how much damage you can do early, and all that, but you're definitely going to max this ability eventually. But wow, that's a very strong ability. Okay. I'm liking how, you know, with our 2 post-launch tanks, Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Bardock, we're getting more team-protecting tanks. You know, a character like Cell doesn't necessarily protect the team. At best, is he can block energy attacks with his ult. And maybe if an enemy's like running towards an enemy or a teammate, you can stun them to the skill 2, the bear hug. But I'm glad that we're getting more like team protecting tanks, because characters like Vegeta, it's like the 1v1 tank. Cooler's like the damage tank. Zamasu's just the health tank. Baby's again health / be annoying tank. So I'm glad we're getting more team protecting tanks. I think that's very cool. Skill 3, Raging Charge. Move at high speed in a set direction that gets to your allies. Enemy heroes or bosses in the movement pad will be attacked with an uppercut, applying movement speed down to them. After moving a set distance, enemies will be staggered by the attack. Staggered duration and damage dealt by the uppercut increase the further you move. Can redirect while moving. Okay. Stops upon re-entering of the same command or hitting a wall. Alright. Okay. That's not even that long of a distance. Like, that's not that far. I feel like that's like Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta wall kick distance. Interesting. I feel like... How long can this go? Can this like... Is this infinite? Because it says it only stops upon re-entering of the same command or hitting a wall. And you can redirect while moving. I imagine you can't redirect too much. I imagine you could just go like a full car. Like, that'd be insane. So I don't think it would be crazy redirection. But that's interesting. If maxing it is just the damage, I'd imagine maybe you max this last? I don't know. That's interesting. Okay. Super attack, Riot Javelin. Fire an energy blast in a set direction. The blast carries the enemy series with hits and explodes after a set amount of time has passed or after hitting a wall. That's one of like the most basic ults in the game. What the hell? So you just, you know, imagine you have to peel for your team. You just knock them away. Or imagine you apply the raft to the whole team. You can then cancel the guard with ult and send them so far away that maybe it's going to take them way too long to navigate back to the boss. That's interesting. I imagine this is going to have a pretty low cooldown. Because like Khalifa's ult like does damage and applies her passive. But it has a pretty low cooldown. So I'd imagine this would also have a pretty low cooldown. Unless the damage is insane. We would have to see. But I'm actually curious because I feel like we saw Bardock like hit multiple enemies here. But I don't see where he does that in his kit. Something with Rebellion Smash? I'm trying to find it. I mean, that's what it looks like. But I don't know what's doing this. Yeah, that looks like Rebellion Smash. I'm wondering if it has like an additional effect that they just didn't state. That if it kills an enemy, it could like redirect. Or just maybe you could input this. Maybe it's like an Android 18 like what is it called? Destructo disc, where it has multiple charges. Maybe it can have like 3 charges. If so, then you would probably max. From what I imagine, you probably max Rebellion Smash first, then the Wrath ability, then the Rebellion charge. If I had to guess, obviously I don't know, and we don't know in-game numbers and all that, but okay, it definitely seems cool. You know, first character that I can apply Wrath. I'm sure eventually we're gonna get other characters, just like we probably get other characters that can apply Fear from Ultimate Go-On. But it's interesting that we're getting our first character that can apply Wrath, because we saw how strong that ability was in Season 0 and 1 and almost all of Season 2 with Rildo. But it's only 1 second, but I mean, 1 second's a lot, and depending on the cooldown, it could be wild. And plus, imagine that with Rildo, so you get like a full 2 seconds. Do I think you would have used Rildo? I don't think so, but it's interesting to point out and look at. I think, you know, obviously we don't know his numbers, we don't know his cooldowns, we don't know his damage. You know, based on the trailer here, you can input Rebellion Smash multiple times, but this might just be a... That's what I'm wondering. Is this just a cool trailer shot? Or is Bardock gonna have multiple charges of Rebellion Smash? That's what I'm interested in seeing. But he definitely looks cool. I'm excited to try him out. And that should be it, yeah. Now, one final thing I did want to show off, on their Twitter, they did show off some new emotes that is coming to the game. Add these new Super Saiyan Bardock and hit emotes to your collect. Super Saiyan Bardock arrives January 27th PT, January 28th for EST. So let's see what they got here, and then I'll probably end the video. But Bardock looks cool. I'm excited to try him out. Glad we're getting that Wrath ability. Seems really annoying, and I'm interested to see like his exact number of cooldown. So let's see this. I imagine this is like his legendary cosmetics. Yeah. Oh, it's him putting the bandana. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know why. I find it funny that he's in this like burning hell, like looking background, and then just regular Squadra. Like, I get it, but that's just funny. I did see this one. Super Saiyan, but his finisher, because I mean, that's a thumbnail I used. So, you know, that is cool. There's one thing I do want from Bardock. Okay, that's cool. And I imagine it's a hit one. I want one of these Dragon Ball games to incorporate the dramatic finish of Bardock against Frieza, where he like takes off the bandana and while the explosions in the air, Bardock like puts the bandana up in the air. I want that so badly in one of these other Dragon Ball games. I think it would be an awesome MVP in this game. Like I think it would work dramatically. It would work amazingly as a legendary MVP. And let's see hit. Oh. Okay, that's really fucking cool. I've never played Hit. I do plan to make a first time playing Hit video eventually. I've just been busy, but this does look cool. Just stopping time, just punching him, seeing the spinach walking away. That is so cool. I can't wait till we see Cooler's cosmetics. You know, if he gets a legendary intro, MVP, finisher, I can't wait for that because I feel like all the finishes are really cool. So yeah, that being said, that's gonna be wrap up the video. Bardock seems awesome. I'm excited to try him out. I'm just see his cooldown and see how strong this Wrath ability is actually in game. I mean, we know from Rilda, but having a character actually apply it with a pretty big AoE is, you know, something to look out for. I imagine securing bosses is going to be hell, so that's going to be fun or bad to go against depending on how you look at it. And then the new cosmetics he's coming up with look awesome as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe. It'll mean a lot to me. Stay tapped in the channel if you want to stay up to date with everything Dragon Ball Gekishin Squadra related, including Super Saiyan Bardock, because I will be making videos covering Bardock. And of course, I'll be making videos on any new updates to Season 3, especially if when Kefla comes out and beyond. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!